Well, through, uh, so I'll just talk to myself for the next time unit. This is an ongoing thing. It'll probably happen again. Joy. Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Hello, hello.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Hello.
sorry for being late. I
You're
got to my
fine.
computer at 7:02, and then Mackenzie called because she's
You're
visiting
fine.
her
You're
brother right
fine.
now, and she's like, "I'm sad."
It's
And I
good.
was
I've
like,
just been talking to myself live for 15 minutes
"Oh,
quietly.
are you on Twitch?"
I'm on not Twitch. I don't use know how to use Twitch. I'm going to be honest. I'm online though. Um no, happy to be here. Welcome. Welcome. How are you? How are things?
I'm
I'm just
doing.
eating my dinner very late. So pardon
That's
the click
fair.
clacks.
No, please eat your dinner. I just came back from dinner. There's a new restaurant that opened like down the street like a day ago, so or last week. So I wanted to like check it out.
Noise.
Okay, is the name of their game a Twin City?
Yes.
Okay.
There's some house rules to go through, which I think I've already talked about. But also when your cohort gets here, we'll divvy up the character and figure it out. Which I don't remember if we ever talked about, because I think the last time we talked about the game was a month ago.
Yes, it's definitely been a while. I'm gonna need a refresher on like the setting and everything.
You're good. I like had all this stuff written down, and then got slammed with work, and then it's just been on the back of my mind for like that month. I have not had time to sit down and actually write shit out.
No, I totally get that. Hey, is this John?
You're not supposed to be here. Get out of here.
Isn't this?
Go.
Isn't this Alan?
Bye, Dad.
Alan, is that you? You're not saying anything. You're just quietly a presence.
Oh. I just wanted to say hello.
Oh.
Hello.
No spoilers.
How's it going, man?
But hi.
It's going. I gotta do shit, but I saw you were on, Kyle, and I was like, damn, I haven't talked to that guy in a long time. I should say hi.
I miss you, buddy. How's it going? Are you still in Philly?
No. Long story short, I'm in Virginia, but I'm going to the UK.
Okay. All right. That's a little further away than Philly.
Just
what
a
are
tad.
You doing there?
I am doing government contracting work, and it is great, and it pays very well, and I can say very little.
That's fair. Can you say which government?
Ours.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're going to the UK. It could have been the UK government.
Fair enough.
Full expat.
Fair enough. Okay, I have been told to leave. Bye.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Bye. I'll see you later, Alan. I should pop in here more often.
You should. Someone's online, usually. Sometimes.
I hear you. Yeah, I just genuinely usually like can't like my schedule is usually like in bed by 10 because Mackenzie or myself has to get up for work. So
You're good. My bedtime's 8 o'clock. I only made an exception for these games because everyone else has a fucked up schedule too.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. No, I get it. It's been busy. I'm assuming everyone's been moving that I've been speaking to, so it's like trying to see where everyone's at. But if I can drag you guys into a little online game every once in a while, then I take that as a win.
I am very excited. I've been very excited for this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else tried to make plans tonight, and I was like, "Fuck off! I'm playing DnD with the boys."
With the boys. It's been a second.
Has been a hot second. How's it been going with work? You said you've been absolutely slammed lately.
It's just new boss, new different position. It's just long hours. It's not hard. It's just long. So I'm not. It's just relearning everything. But it's fun.
That's fair. When you say relearning, does that mean you have a new position or
new position, new yeah, it's basically a different set. It's different people. I have to relearn everyone's names because I don't know anyone. And a lot of it's just talking to people and getting updates and answers. But I have no idea who anyone is, so it's just weird.
Are you still in upstate New York or?
I'm still here, yeah.
Good evening.
Hello, John.
Good evening.
Oh my god.
How's it going? It's good to hear your voice.
What's up? You too.
You remember when we'd make fun of Kyle for being late? Like
yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do. Those memes.
Oh god, were there memes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were.
Classic.
Whoa.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot we had cameras and shit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm like logging into the...
Ignore.
It just drains my bandwidth, so I try not to use
There we
it
go.
too much. If it starts lagging, I'll...
Yeah. My internet's been mad fucky. There we go. Okay.
I got 900 megabytes up and down, so like, you can do whatever. Yeah.
Okay, well, not all of us are corporate shills.
that is fair. That is exactly what I do. Jeff Bezos gets more rich every time I put in hours. So. Jeffy B.
My man.
The big boy himself. The man who decided I want there to be more Lord of the Rings and then spent $1 billion.
You're funding
Yeah,
that. You're
a
funding
Lord
that
series.
TV show. It's
Here's the
okay.
thing. I feel less bad doing that than like I don't know, like I would be if I worked at Facebook. Like, oh,
True.
that insurrection. Sorry guys, that was like 1/1000th me.
All right, let me know when you're shut up.
How do I? Do I click launch game?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm perfect.
Yeah, technology. Wow.
Wait, before we like jump in, can I go grab a Coke just really quick?
What the fuck?
Sorry. I was gonna do that, and then John jumped in, and I was like, "Shit, okay, I got."
Go.
I know, I'm going.
Hello.
Sorry, I don't mean to be late all the time.
You're fine. You're fine. It's just the
See, I
first
was late
fucking
because I was late because I was getting my water. I was like making sure that I had it and everything, so I wouldn't have to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right. Good. Good. Sorry, I'm chewing.
That's okay.
Gentlemen and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. This is a game I've been planning for over half a year, and it's been several hiatuses, several delays, several postpones. Well, now we are here in person doing the thing. As I said a long time ago, this is a intrigue-based game, leaning towards political intrigue, mystery, all that spicy shit. See how well we can pull this off. The main gimmick of this world is that sleepwalking and dreaming is becoming more tangible. There are things that you wake up not remembering doing. There are people that you that you don't. And there's things you gain or lose without your knowing consent. Because some people are suffering from chronic sleepwalking. Now, you pitched to me the character of Irjid, correct? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Irjid, the ground-dwelling paladin who immigrated to the city in his new spiritual quest to find himself. Your partner. Well, actually, have any of you either played Either of you played Black Sad?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Black Sad?
It's a cat detective in a furry city. It's weird. The premise is weird. Good story though.
I have seen this.
Imagine that. I never found a good token, so it's like you're gonna be yellow until I can make a better token. But you are a Tabaxi ranger who is an ex-member of the local police force who left due to internal conflict and has been pursuing his own, their own. I think I actually have to check what I wrote down for the gender. Not that it matters at this point.
Stop.
But
Pig.
Thursday Scramble is pursuing their own mystery, trying to solve a long, cold case.
All right. First name Thursday, last name Scramble.
Between the two of you, one of you is playing Irjik and one of you is playing Thursday. Thursday has been in the city for basically their entire life. We've determined that Irjik is an immigrant. So, the question is, and what we're going to sort of hash out right now, is how did you meet? Oh,
great question.
The Twin City is a small floating continent that soars above the mainland, usually pretty detached both physically and politically from the ground itself. It's its own independent city, own independent form of government. It's run by a council of sorts that is headed by, basically divided into the church, the divine light, which governs all, the commons, which is an elected position representing the will of the people, and the house, which I think is what I named it. Hold on, which is essentially the aristocracy, the hierarchical inherited positions of on time. Yes, noble houses that have seats. The commons represents the will of the people, and the divine seas represent the will of the light. Between those three powers, the city is either taken in a direction for better or for worse. And around that stems most of the internal conflict. With elections coming in and out, with people being selected by divine providence, and with constant backstabbing amongst the notable houses, it's hard to imagine the city stays afloat via its own means when it seems to be crashing down at any moment. You have been privy, both of you, in one way or another, have been privy to the underworld side of the city. Whether you came from being a street thug or whether you were originally a part of the founding members of some of the criminal gangs, you have a bit of a darker grasp on the underbelly of the city. So, what I would ask is, who wants to play who? And how did you meet? If Irajid is an immigrant, how long ago did he immigrate? Like that sort of thing.
Sure. I mean, I could do either. I pitched Urgid, but I don't mind either way, really.
There is backstory in the bio that you can read if you wanted a little splash of what that character is.
Sure.
That's the only hard set thing. Everything else is up to you.
Cool. Cool.
Hmm.
I've been really into ACAB recently, so I am very much interested in Thursday Scramble.
Okay.
You can play Thursday Scramble.
Cool.
Sure. Okay, I'll do Urgid then. He sounds like urged. That's why I named him Urgid.
Seems
He
pretty
sounds like,
urgent.
because he sounds like urged. That's why I named him Urgid. I was like, oh, it sounds like urged.
How did you two meet?
Well, I imagine, like, working some odd jobs, bodyguarding, mercenary work, etc. in the city, like sort of sometimes shady, but mostly above the board kind of odd jobs. Been watching a lot of Better Call Saul lately, so I imagine him as sort of like when you guys watch that show, when Mike's kind of working these odd jobs. He's like working as a bodyguard for this stuff. He's going in and out of like these deals that he doesn't really have personal connection to, but whatever pays the bills, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I see.
That's my take.
No,
But
I think that would make the most sense. Kind of just like one or two jobs that I started like recognizing each other every once in a while. I was like, hey, we worked before, and then like eventually like, all right. And now are we sort of like a detective agency? Is that
So you, during your various brushes with the underground, there's a half dozen like random criminal organizations. Some of it which is literally just like two teenagers threw a fucking banner up and started like breaking windows, up to organized drug smuggling to the extent of international trafficking. It's a very wide selection, though the more extreme tends to be better hidden because of all of, as ineffective as the police force is, it's still present in the city, and anything that's a bit too highbrow usually gets squashed pretty quickly. The city loves to maintain its image. So if you want to get away with it, you got to be able to hide it.
Sure.
That being said, like any true city, you can find anything if you know who to ask. So you, at some point in your careers, have come into the services of the Dark Horse, a shadowy organization that has no clear motive, but always a method of their operation. There's never killing, unless something goes horribly wrong, and there's always a calling card. And the city has found these calling cards at break-ins, at kidnappings, at almost any crime scene you can imagine, sans murder.
The calling card look like no murder.
It's just like a big X over a knife. No,
Okay.
it's a black glossy card about the size of a business card with an embossed raised cursive H in red. Or it's the other way around. I can't remember.
What are the actual crimes that are being committed? Thieves? Thefts?
Outside of the organization, and honestly, inside the organization, it's whatever the boss wants. Everyone's assigned a code name. You've never met the boss face to face. He goes by Horse. everyone else has ascribed some sort of moniker following that. Just it's not as much of a deal as much like as you would think, as much of dead drops and intel. But whatever the boss says goes. And half the time it's go do the thing, and you don't get to know why. But you always stand by the tenet of no murder.
Sure.
That being said, you've worked a couple of jobs for the Dark Horse, and it's mostly been petty theft, maybe swapping some ballots in the voting, or maybe quote unquote misplacing a couple items, convenient evidence in the right place.
Sure.
Okay.
But nothing extreme, at least since you were relatively new to the organization. Maybe you've met it, joined the organization different times, that's up to you. But at a certain point, you end up working together. Most of them work in pairs.
So would we say that we work for, like, if someone asked like what the organization was, we say like we work for the Dark Horse. We wouldn't tell them, of course, but yeah.
Yes,
but
essentially, yeah. The Dark Horse is sort of whispered across the city as the crime ring, but nobody knows who they're connected to. Nobody knows what they do because they've done almost everything.
Sure.
And nobody knows, least of all you, how many people actually work for the Dark Horse. Because these calling cards will pop up, and you won't even know who left it there or what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Could you give me an example of maybe a job that we had pulled? Because I'm just trying to reconcile the whole.
Honestly, as long as it doesn't involve killing anybody, you've probably done it.
Okay, but like so Thursday Scramble in the bio has Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I'm trying to reconcile that with also theoretically mugging and robbing people.
A lot of time it's dealing with other criminal groups.
I see. Okay.
But
sure.
If the boss says go mud old lady number 3, you've mugged old lady number 3. You don't feel great about it.
Okay.
But there's always a reason. You just don't get told.
Okay. So
and
like
whether at the very least, in your time with Dark Horse, they've covered your tracks, and they kept you safe from the law enforcement, and they provided you with everything you need to get the job done. It's not a lot, but it's everything you need.
Sure.
And versus others, you've seen and heard and seen of other organizations with hazing, indoctrination, sometimes just straight up blood sacrifice cults. So in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty tame compared to the rest of the underbelly. It may not be pretty, but you're doing cleanup work.
Sure. Okay.
So that to consider.
Cool. I think I got all of it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So the setting again, modern city, sort of cyberpunk dystopian-esque. If you play Shadowrun, a little bit like that, like neon signs everywhere. You've got a city divided into tiers. It's basically the rich live in the higher part of the center of the city, and the poor live outside the city, and that's sort of how it's divided. And as you go deeper and deeper to the city, it's more and more slum-like. You are also privy to the actual inner workings of the city, the network and maze of pipes and pumps and wiring that keeps the city running. It's not just rats that live down there. Anyone who's trying to hide, anyone who's trying to run, anyone who just doesn't want to be found ends up in the wet work.
The wet work? Not the slum?
Not the slums. The slums you can see and observe from the upper tiers of the city. The wet work is actually, think of like the sewer system. Except it's not just a municipal water system, it's everything. It's the aether that keeps the city flying from its magical systems. It's the electricity that has been recently installed that sort of keeps everything rolling. It is couriers, it is subways, it is public transport and all that. Basically anything infrastructure-wise that would keep a city ticking. Because there are no telephone poles, or not many telephone poles, at least especially in the upper city. Everything runs underground.
Okay. So again, the slums are they're closer to the bottom of the flying city and at the top.
Think of it like a tiered cake. Yeah.
Okay. And
tiered cake.
Yeah,
Dude, cake. I like
easiest
that.
way to do it. Like I started drawing the city. I'm like, wow, that's cake. But imagine it like, yeah, modern day.
Okay.
So technology exists. So firearms, electricity, fucking toaster ovens. That shit slaps. Stuff like that. Everything basically exists. It coexists with magic. They basically are interchangeable with each other, though there is some general discontent about either or. Think of it like the internet revolution. It came really quick, it got integrated super quickly, and everyone's kind of upset about it.
Mm.
But you either adapt or you fall behind.
Do guns shoot bullets or do they shoot elements of some kind? Or are they
Bullets.
like bullets?
I mean,
Okay.
you can find magic shit, but that usually gets expensive. Like there
Okay.
are magic weapons; they're not separate from each other. It's mechanically, it's basically reskinned bows and crossbows. So don't overthink it too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the skin magic tech, or is there like magic and technology are very
Side
separate?
by side.
Side by side.
Weird. There are people who do combine them to make unique and interesting things, but it's more of a it's not a widely broadcast thing. You'll find like like a toaster oven. Maybe it's replaced with fucking elemental crystals instead of raw electricity to supplement, or
Okay.
you've got bread warmers like that.
Okay.
So yeah, especially if you get into the higher echelons, like people will pay good money for like magical artifacts and stuff, augmented with technology. A lot. You do have phones, cell phones of kind. It is a ether-based system because that's how the communication system works. It's not radio waves, but it is powered by electricity. So it is a low-tier combination thereof.
Okay. So,
Got it.
is the primary power source of the city magic or electricity?
Electricity, think of it as both. A lot of the legacy systems run on magic. The city itself flies because of magic. Think Aether that functions. However, they've been slowly transitioning to electricity for household appliances, conveniences, public transport. Subways run on electricity, that sort of thing. If they're more modern-esque, imagine them running on electricity. But you can find anything anywhere, and they're oftentimes interchangeable, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Both of you are not really integrated with the higher echelons. Maybe Thursday, just because you've worked up there, maybe done a couple patrols, but for the most part, especially you, Irjit, have never really ventured into the mid and high tiers because that's not really your lane. Or it's not like they're walled or gated. It's more of a social construct that keeps people out. There's no physical walls except for the high tiers, of course. Like the church itself is walled off.
Right. And that church is associated with magic stuff, right?
Divine magic, yes.
Divine magic. Okay.
So magic in the broad sense, but it is a divine power.
Okay.
So, if the two of us, Urgid and Thursday, were to walk into like the super nice part of the city, would we
Get clapped.
like?
What?
Would
Clapped.
we? Well, my question is like, is there like anything race-based or stuff that we would have to change our physical appearance, or is it like could change clothes and fit in?
It's a very cosmopolitan city, so you'll find anyone anywhere.
Okay.
But it's more of the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, how you carry yourself. If you show you have money, they'll leave you alone.
I see.
Questions?
Good.
Okay.
Super interesting.
So let's see. It's been a while since your last job. It's mostly done through either dead drops or calling cards that you'll receive mission information. It will never be by phone. You also will rarely talk to each other by phone just by virtue of it's not secure. It's very easy to tap. So for the most part, you've never texted each other. Actually, you've never texted each other. At least not that you know of.
Sad.
You've found alternate ways of communication. Like a clean phone call on a burner phone, or calling cards, or dead drops, or leaving messages or signs. But there's very few times that you'll actually work together with telephonic communication. as it stands, you wake up in 2 different places. And how do I want to do this? Irjid, you wake up in a dingy bar in a side room. I think you can see the map right now, can't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Irjid, you wake up in dingy side bar. You've been to a couple bars. You're not really, or maybe you are familiar with them, maybe you aren't, but you don't recognize this place. It's a bar because it smells like it. It's very clearly like the lower part of the city. Smells like sky blue vodka and sweat. You see the sun sort of creeping through under the door, indicating in the morning. You don't feel hungover, so you're not too sure why you're here, but regardless, you wake up in this room. Thursday, you wake up in a large plush bed with a woman next to you, and you wake up before her.
Could have picked Thursday. Goddamn.
Do I know this woman?
You do not.
Okay.
You do not recognize her. You're both under the covers, so you can't really get a good look at her face, but you don't think you've ever run into her before. You might have also just gotten blackout drunk and just done some shit. You're not sure.
Thursday is going to sneak out of the bed, try and figure out if there's any clues to figure out who this is. Like, look at pictures. Is like, did I just home wreck? Like, what did I do?
Yeah, there's a married couple photo on the wall with 3 kids.
Oh, this is.
First. And then you should just think about what you want. You're just in this room. I think you might be able to see outside. The door's like slightly ajar.
Hey, first roll.
First roll. What do we got? 13.
You slide out of the bed. She shifts a bit, but you do not wake her. And as you're poking around the room, you're looking for any sort of like photo. You don't see photos. You don't see like nobody. It's not like a book on the table that says diary or anything. It's a pretty modest studio apartment. Whoever this is probably doesn't live like. Might be living paycheck to paycheck. It's not messy, but it is definitely. I work an 18-hour day. I don't have time to take care of things sometimes.
Okay.
But you look out out the window. You're in some lower part of the city, but you're not quite sure where. At least you've probably you know the street. You know the street name, so you at least know where your bearings are.
Okay. So I think I would friendly neighborhoods. I'm going to channel the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and I'm going to check the fridge and see if there's anything I can make breakfast with. Because maybe I can get a clue as to what last night was from her.
You open the fridge and there's several cans of tuna, a half-finished loaf of bread, and a carton of eggs.
I go for the tuna because I'm a cat.
You pick up a can of tuna. It's the generic brand.
All right, here's a survival check for cooking. Is that?
Sure, fuck it.
Hey.
What do you cook with a can of tuna?
Oh shit. Okay. There's bread. Okay, I do tuna and bread, and I don't imagine he's very good at food in general. So this is not. Thursday's not good at food, but he tries his best with the tuna. I think he would enjoy tuna being a tabaxi. So bread and tuna is what he makes.
Okay. Just cold bread and cold tuna?
No. He cooks the tuna. Is that even something you do?
That's not exactly what.
Okay, no. He toasts the bread and then like spreads the tuna on.
There you go.
I thought you just literally took the bread and spread.
This is real life Kyle not knowing how to make anything with tuna.
Dude.
I don't like tuna.
Okay. Call yourself an actor. Can't even figure out the role. Anyways, you do so. You have yourself a little breakfast.
Oh, it's not for me. I make it for her, and I wake her up and I say, "Hey."
So nice of you. What the hell?
I say, "Hey, buddy," because I don't know her name.
She sort of yawns and she's like, "Is it time already?"
Time for what?
Looks at you. You sort of see like human features, but scales like down her arm and her neck. And she's like, she like chucks the towers, starts getting dressed. She doesn't pay you any mind. I thought you would have left already. Ugh.
In the interest of honesty, I have no idea what happened last night.
I've been there. There's aspirin in the cabinet if you need it.
That's great. I take the tabaxi minimum for Advil.
There's like a very long list of like instructions for every single fantasy race.
Now, do you remember what happened last night? And could you fill me in?
We fucked.
Yeah, but like before that, I assume.
You're down at the salmon run. There was like some crazy guy trying to shot up the place. You guys shot him. Everything kind of worked out.
So I was there with my partner.
You mean the new guy you brought in? The little
Yes.
the tall one?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Usually.
He's staying at the bar right now. He's using their spare room. You were a lot more charming last night. Maybe it's the alcohol.
It's definitely the alcohol. I'll see you later. I kind of just leave the plate and I. How high up are we?
This is the third floor.
Okay, then I don't jump out
You
the
have
window. I take the
speed.
steps. Oh, maybe I climb down the side
If
of
you
the
want
building.
to be that much.
Nah, I'll just walk out. I'll just
Alright.
go back to the lazy salmon.
She waves you off. And she keeps getting dressed. And you make your way down the staircase. It's quiet. It's empty. It does appear to be like the ash crack of dawn. So there aren't too many people up. You see, as you exit the street, there's a couple like people. Sorry, I think something just went off. You see a couple people in the stairwell, sort of like talking. Some with coffee, some with beer. It's obviously the night crew meets the day shift, and it's that interchange sort of experience. The city smells like garbage, as it always does, especially in the back alley, but you make your way out into the city into familiar streets. You know where you are at least. And you know where the salmon run is, though you don't remember going there. But it's a local bar.
Okay. Oh. Well, I walk in and I try to find Irshid.
You let me put you on the map then. Let's do this. Thursday, can you see?
Myself?
I
let me
put you on the map. Or actually, I put you on the light. That's not right. Hold on. I have to remove you from resistance. 1 second. Boop.
Okay, yeah, I see myself out front. Okay.
So, yep.
So I walk in.
You see the very tall half-orc bouncer slowly like taking a mop across what looks like blood on the floor. And he's like, gives you the bro nod.
That's not mine, is it?
You did him good. And he keeps
Hell yeah. I like go for the fist bump.
He's busy.
And I like just fist bump myself and move on.
The bartender is this red-haired woman. She looks at him and she's like, "How was last night?" She winks.
I enjoyed it, I think. Not very clear on the details.
Leave it at the back. Well, if you're looking for your the lost puppy, he's in the other room. I don't think he's woken up yet. We're not technically open, but since I owe you a favor, we can make breakfast if that's something you need.
I appreciate it, sweetheart. And then I go and knock. I kick through the door and I'm like, "Wake the fuck up, Irshid."
He's like, but whatever. She goes back.
Where the hell did you go last night, man? Oh my god.
Did I misinterpret?
You left a
what you
boot
said?
mark on her door. She's a little upset, but she's not gonna say anything.
Okay. I don't remember leaving, but I apparently made it about 3 or 4 blocks away.
Whatever, man. Did you have fun at least, I guess?
I think. Don't know for certain.
All right, whatever. Did you get a new job or anything?
Dean, did I?
All
Okay, I was
None
like,
of you-
not even a little bit. I had just gotten here.
right, well then we don't really have much to talk about, I guess. So
All right, I forgot. We'll go back to not texting. And I close the door again, and I go sit down and get some breakfast with what was the bartender's name?
Do you know the bartender's name?
Well, I assume she owed me a favor, so I assume I would know her name.
You haven't been here.
roll to know her name.
Wait. Oh, okay. I'm seeing. Okay. So I say, wait. Did I hear that you owe me a favor?
Yeah.
Why is that? This is the first time I'm ever being here.
I'm pretty sure you only had like one beer last night. You good? You sick? And she puts her hand on your forehead.
Yeah, I'm just a lightweight. Can you maybe fill in some of the details of last night?
There was the police came in here, locked everything down, and accused me of committing a murder against the one of the shit, I forget his name. Hold on, I wrote it down. Hold on.
That's what notes are for.
Someone murdered Carlos Steelarm. He was the recently elected the seat of the lower commons. Right outside here, they accused me of murdering him. The police came in here, quarantined the whole fucking place. You solved the crime, arrested the dude who actually did with the help of the police, and then they all left us alone. And then you went back with Missy and got laid, I assume. I think you have a happy look on your face, but I'm not sure.
It's more of a confused face. Tabaxi facial expressions are very complicated.
I did.
Well, it sounds like I'm a very impressive individual. So,
yeah, a little bit.
Who did do it?
I'll move to my notes up again. Hold on, I just closed them.
Sorry.
You're good.
Very interested in the lore. I like him. Like, that's crazy.
Half elf named Marion.
Okay.
We didn't actually hear what the reasoning was, but the police took him in. But it sounds like you made up with your ex buds, maybe? Question mark.
That is neither here nor there.
All right.
Okay. So I guess I'll take you up on that breakfast now. Also, you don't happen to have anything for me, do you?
Is that an offer?
It could be.
Cute, but no.
All right. Then I take the breakfast and I start eating.
I'm gonna survey my room, see if I notice anything off with it.
Roll perception.
Where's the? I'm getting used to the. There we go.
You're good.
13.
It's unremarkable in like almost every sense. It's like a side room. It's the one room the bar has for people to sleep in case like they black out or they can't get home. It's not really much more remarkable than like a small beauty stand and a couple of trunks for storage.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get up, stretch out a little bit, get my mind right, and then I'm gonna come out into the main area at the bar.
The bartender sort of looks at you and she waves and she's like, "Morning. How'd you sleep?"
I was all right. Do you have, I don't know, anything I can grab before I head out?
A lot more
Breakfast,
this morning.
something. Yeah. Well, anything.
She slides you the same thing she pulls up for her Thursday. It's just like simple eggs and bread. Sorry, eggs and toast. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
She goes off to keep cleaning. And she's like, basically, it looks like she just opened the bar for cleaning.
How do I get through this door?
Oh, because the door's still closed. Hold on.
There we go.
You don't suffer.
Just gonna go ahead and eat it.
You do so, and you bite into something that's not toast nor eggs.
I'm gonna pick apart the food, see what it is that's inside the meal.
You find a small black card with a
I'm
letter
gonna-
H on it.
I go, oh fucking hell, man!
There's
Could
no
have choked on
letter.
this. I could have choked on this. This is all right. Well, we got a new one.
I like scoot down the bar towards him. What do we got?
I'm gonna read it.
Very simple, encrypted text, but you know the code, so it's pretty straightforward. Upper District, Fusion, enter, find evidence, new drug ring, question mark.
New drug ring?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fusion.
All you know Fusion as one of the hotspots of the Upper District. It's a very extremely exclusive, very fancy restaurant.
Okay.
They have literally it's a restaurant hotel. Most people rent it out for an entire day.
Most people rent it out for an entire day.
But you have to do reserve it in. Some people use it for business meetings. Some people use it for pleasure. But you basically rent out the space, and it's fully catered, fully staffed, and they attend to every need. But most people have to make reservations months out because it's the wealthy and it's exclusive.
I see.
I'll turn to Thursday and say, it looks like we got something in the Upper District, a fusion. This is big time, whatever it is. Find evidence of some new drug ring.
I'm wondering if the drug ring is new or if the drug they're pushing is new.
Okay, well, that's not really whatever. Okay, fine.
As a cop, I'm interested in the crime itself.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so when do you want to head out?
Well, it didn't really give a time scale, so maybe immediately. Let me finish these eggs.
Okay, hurry, please. And I'm just gonna down the rest of my food and and then just push the plate to the other side of the bar.
I take an
Also
extra like
sitting-
2 minutes because he told me to hurry.
Where's my inventory? Hold on.
It's at the bottom of your character sheet on the with all the numbers. Slash, you
Okay.
can also just use anywhere else as your inventory, however you want to run it.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
You did. Whoa. The bartender sort of looks over at you and she says, "All good?
All good.
Yeah,
Thank you for your hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thursday?
Put it on my tab. Let's go.
He's like, "What?" And you walk out. The Bowser looks at you and goes, And then
I'm just gonna not give him. I'm not gonna reciprocate his little nod, and I'm just gonna keep walking out the front door.
you make your way out into
I do reciprocate the nod.
nods. You make your way out into the streets. Again, this is still relatively early morning, so it's not exactly the most popping. But you do see the early commute starting to happen. People moving to their offices. You stay on the sidewalks as various forms of vehicles, carriage, whatever the norm is. In this area, it's like sort of beater cars. But as you move up towards the echelons, you'll start seeing more and more like fancy things, bigger things. The mid tier is especially rampant with buses. That's like the whole thing. It's like public transport because there's so many people.
I'll turn to. I was gonna say I'll turn to Thursday and ask, how do you want to get up to the Upper District? Never been there before.
So I will say, when it comes to wealth, it's all about the entrance. So I know a guy. I don't know if I actually know a guy, but I'll call him. We'll get a nice set of wheels. We'll disguise ourselves so we really walk in looking like we walk the walk.
Roll to know a guy. Just a flat 20.
Okay. Yeah. /roll.
Okay. What's the guy's name?
The guy's name is Dex.
Dex?
Yeah, Dex Tex.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've only heard one name so far, so I'm trying to figure out what is the theme for names.
You send out your little signal to Dex. About 10 minutes pass. You see a taxi cab, a yellow cab, pull around the corner and roll up next to you. The window rolls down, and you see this sort of like short lizard folk wearing a cowboy hat. And he looks at you and he says, "It's in the back."
Hell yeah.
Is this your guy?
Definitely, I don't know what's in the back. Let's go see.
You open the back and you see two shopping bags, both with the black calling card on it. And he says, "Courtesy of the boss."
I'll turn to him and say, I'll say, thank you. What's your name?
Don't worry about that right now. You gotta go.
All right. We don't look.
You're dressed
I
in
don't
black.
trust this guy. I don't trust this guy.
All right.
You see in the badge is two sets of formal wear. The kind you would see at like the socialite meet and greet. Whatever that looks like, it's up to you. But fancy wear. One basically adds to your inventory one fancy outfit.
Okay. I'm gonna try to put it on and be like, I'm worried my horns and spikes are gonna rip the suit.
He said it's tailor made. You should be fine. It's
All
not
right.
stretch, but if you have to throw a punch, it should still hold up.
All right, if you say so. Whatever your name is. What do you say, Tex-Mex? Chex Mix.
Look,
and I'll just keep putting it on.
I may have oversold how much I know this guy, so let's try and be a little more respectful. Urgid.
You oversold?
Yeah, that's like my thing. All right.
I'm just gonna shake my head and keep putting it on. Yeah, I'm almost done. Then I'll finish putting it on.
The tab. This is as you finish up. You climb in the tab. It starts rolling up the street. And it's like, "What's the boss got you doing this time?"
I'm gonna elbow Thursday and shake my head and tell him not to say anything. And I'm just gonna say, it's none of your business.
Good answer.
We do tell him where we're going though, because he has to drive us there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just bring us to the upper district, a few blocks down from Fusion.
Well, now he knows we're going to the Fusion. God.
I'll turn to him and say, you said that he had to know where we were going.
What is this, fucking amateur hour? Dex!
Yeah.
Take us a few blocks from the Fusion. Fine, we'll do that.
I got you. I got it. God. All right. The cab continues up the street. He turns the radio on just to hear something, anything. Both of you roll me a D8, actually.
Okay.
Tries to drown you guys out.
I got a 2.
No, you think you got the 5, I got the 2.
Oh, hey.
Let's see. He's sort of flipping through like different radio channels. It's NPR, a couple like country stations. There's 1021 hard rock. We only play hard rock, and then starts playing Closer by the Chainsmokers.
I'm just gonna put my head in my hands and just try to tune it out.
As
I just think like music doesn't make sense these days.
he keeps hitting the seek button. Thursday, you got 2.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of catch snippets of the current goings-ons of the world. One of which is both of the house seats, both the greater and the lesser. So each seat, the divine seat, the house seats, and the common seats is divided into a greater and lesser, which is sort of a seniority thing, but it's also they handle different things. The both the greater and the lesser house seats are facing backlash from the city itself for very aggressive tariffs and trade policies regarding the ground world. Essentially, they've been trying to cut off trade with the ground world by imposing really high taxes, and no one's really pleased about that because most people have been enjoying these new imports that have been going on for a long time. The city's never been fully cut off from the ground world as much as they like to think they are. There's a lot that they get from down there.
Sure.
And you got a 5, so
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is just talking about the recent murder of Carlos Strongarm has opened up a power vacuum in the seat of the lesser commons. With such an abrupt change in leadership, there hasn't been enough time to elect a vice, leaving an open seat for the time being. And with the greater seat about to host this election in the following year, the common seats are going to be in for a lot of turmoil in the coming months.
It's Carlos Strongarm.
Karos. It's Karrs.
Karos.
Karos
Wait,
Steelarm.
is that different than Carlos Steelarm?
It's Karos. I mispronounced it earlier.
Oh, okay. Strong arm. So this is the guy. I like. It's Steelarm. Okay.
Let me just type it. Yeah.
This is the guy. Outside of, I guess I didn't hear this on the radio, so I wouldn't comment on it. But outside of this,
No, you both heard each other's radios. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
What you happen to hear.
I like
Sure.
lean over then to Urgit, and I like. Apparently, I solved that crime last night.
You solved the murder of Carlos Steelarm?
Yes, it seems.
When?
Apparently, that's the event that got me laid. Literally last night. I'm not sure if I did this by myself, and I'm also not sure why I didn't get a lot more fanfare for that. But here we are.
I was gambling in the back. I didn't catch any of that, but
Did you
Jesus, I
really?
mean, who did it?
Her name was I had it written down. Marion.
Marion. Don't know a Marion.
Neither do I, so I don't know how I solved this case, but
Well, I guess good on you. Servant of the law, right?
you know, sometimes I have a little faith in the system.
Really? Good for
I
you.
Sometimes I just feel like one of the bastards, you know?
The bastards?
Yeah, because, you know, ACAB.
Yeah. And I'll just and I'm just gonna look out the window.
I turn out the window as well. I'm like, I keep muttering under my breath, this godforsaken city.
Some time passes and the cab eventually pulls up a little ways away from the fusion. You can see it from the distance. You see a big glowing neon sign. It's sort of not like overt, but like the distant glow of what seems to be like social urban areas. You're like he pulls around the block and he says one more thing. Hands you 2 envelopes. Your reservation for the night, gentlemen. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks.
So it's about
You too,
midnight
guys.
now.
Checks, mix, whatever.
I like elbow. I don't say anything, just elbow them.
Whatever, fine, chill. And then we'll get out of the cab.
I'll be coming back. Sorry. 6:30. That's
6:30?
And
AM?
later you're on your own. It's about.
Oh,
noon.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, understood. Tex.
All right.
You make
All right.
your way. Do you just walk straight there?
Well, I want the reservations for right now.
It's for this day. The entire day is reserved.
Okay, I see.
So you can leave whenever you want. But your reservation started at 9 this morning.
All right.
I'm gonna check our surroundings. I've never been in the upper district before. I'm just gonna look around.
I want to also roll one because I have done it before, but I'm not like super.
Yeah, I got 10. Oh, but you perceive.
19. I've been here before too, so that might be why I would know stuff.
Yes, you have been here before. You recognize a lot of the street names. It's nothing fancy, but it is midday, so it's currently lunch. So you see dozens and dozens and dozens of these streets are wide. They're like boulevard-esque because you basically they're pedestrian unofficially. It's sort of the unspoken rule that nobody drives up here unless you're trying to show off.
Okay.
See.
The rest of it is like people walking around their fancy get up, people walking around the latest fashions, couples, families. They're less common. It seems to be a lot of like single people, if that makes sense. Like children are a rare sight in the upper district unless they're attached to a family.
Sorry, please.
No, this is the market street. So this is where everyone goes to be during the hangout, to be seen, to see people. It's a social aspect of it.
Okay. And how much do we look like we belong, and or is there like an accent associated, like a way of speaking, like how Boston has like poor people have the Boston accent, but like
not an accent per se. It's just your choice of words. So, like apostrophe is probably not. It's not like prim and proper, but there's certain like phrasing, slang that you'll use more often from the lower districts. But up here, it's mostly just think like how you would talk if you were in an interview. Yes,
I see.
Sure. Obviously, friends are a little bit more casual with each other, but when you're meeting and greeting with like you're bumping elbows with like politicians, CEOs, it's sort of a little bit more guarded until you're like away from prying eyes and ears. That being said, with your attire, you fit in just fine. It very much looks like you're going out to eat, and you're just enjoying the day of the town.
I'm gonna be looking around. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna say, I've never been somewhere this many rich people.
I have, but this is the first time I look like I belong.
Yeah. Well, anything I should know before we go in?
Use big words.
What, like pontificate?
If you know what that means and you can effectively use it in a sentence, more power to you, buddy.
Okay. Pontificate. All right.
I like walk a little bit away and I'm like,
I'm gonna look very confident and I'm just gonna keep walking down the street.
I quickly catch up
phone and Google pontificate.
Oh, right, I forgot we have phones. Wait, do we? The internet exists and stuff too, right?
Yeah, you have service. You have a data cap, so don't abuse it.
Okay, then I'll waste one bit of data on Googling pontificate.
Okay, look up the definition of pontificate while I move the map, so I forget.
Pretty sure it means like
it's like to ponder, to think. Yeah, to like be really to be like thinking and considering in a very lofty way.
Yes, you were 100% correct. That's the Google definition.
Fucking nerd.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, got it.
What the hell are those things at the door?
Those are Minotaur bodyguards.
Oh, epic.
You walk up to the front door and you see two very imposing, very muscular and wearing body armor Minotaurs. They're obviously hired guards, and they were holding gilded axes. They looked equal parts protection, equal parts decor, if that makes sense.
All right. Right before we walk up, I'm gonna nudge Urgent just to say, like, be the most confident version of yourself you could be. And
I'm gonna say, all right, I understand.
And I walk up and I hand my reservation to the Minotaur.
I'm gonna look at the Minotaur on the left, and I'm gonna say, pontificate.
He just looks at you.
I roll my eyes.
And I'm gonna give him my invitation.
They don't take them. They look at them. They take a second to scan it. Just look over the information and say, "Have a good evening, gentlemen." And they pull open the sliding door.
I say cheers as we walk in.
They nod at you.
Oh, is this an elevator?
No, this is the shoe room. Take your shoes off, you filthy degenerate.
Okay. I gingerly go into this room. Like I kind of like look around, making sure, because like this is a box. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese style building because it's a weeb map that I found.
Oh,
So
okay.
take your shoes off. It's mats on the floor.
Okay.
Like, just think weeb as fuck.
Okay.
Like traditional weeb.
Sure.
Okay.
Traditional Japanese style.
I was gonna say, is it like an American's version of a Japanese place, or is it
Yes.
like? Oh, okay. So it is like a bastardization of Japanese.
Yeah, it's
Got
like
it.
an overt bastardization. The art itself is great, but in game, yes.
Okay, I
Sure.
see.
Okay. Okay. So I'll go in and I'll look around and I'll be like, what are we supposed to do in here?
There better be a way out of this goddamn room.
There's all those white things are doors you'll see,
Okay.
or they're like sliding panels. So they're sort of transparent, so you can sort of see shadows, but you can't see through them.
Okay. I say, I guess now we enter.
Here we go.
Oh. Okay.
Go walk through.
It makes sense to stay together for now, at least.
Yeah.
You see,
Just keep walking down.
as you enter, a man walks up to you. He sort of turns the corner, and he's wearing like a very fine, like butler-esque outfit. And he's like, "Gentlemen, welcome. May I please have your names?"
Pontificate.
Mr. Pontificate.
Thank you.
My name is Wednesday Organization.
Mr. He pauses a little bit, but he very professional. Mr. Organization. Welcome to the Fusion. I am your host for the time being. You may refer to me as such, or however it best suits you. Your room is directly on the left. My left, your right. My apologies. And then
Does my reservation have my name on it, like Thursday Scramble? Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'm Wednesday Organization.
I'm going to say, thank you. Defenestrate.
I will not do that unless you absolutely need me to, sir. But I do appreciate the. I will take.
I'm gonna look at Thursday and I'm gonna say, Wednesday, what horrific service they have at this place. I'm going to write you a letter.
Very well, sir. We will take.
I'm
it
sure
into
they'll read it.
consideration. Now.
That's right, you will.
As I was saying, this is my establishment. I am the host. Your room is on your right. Feel free to use it at your leisure. The door directly behind you leads to the restroom and the sauna. Please stay away from the kitchen. It's dangerous if you're walking in and you catch the cooks off guard. There's a lot of moving pieces and we don't want to disturb them. Further down the hall, you can move out to the garden as well as the dining room itself. Later this evening, we'll be having a dueling event for your viewing pleasure in the event room, which is directly next to the dining hall.
Dueling
There's also
event.
a restroom out right to the down the hall on the left.
Is the dueling event purely for our visual pleasure, or can we get a little more
If you would like
visual?
to participate, I see no reason not to. But for the most part, yes, it is done by professionals for professionals.
I see.
Now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call for me. Our number is listed on your invitation card, and it will ring the front desk. Now, I will attend.
Thank
to
you,
the other
Mr.
guests. Please be mindful that there are other people attending tonight's event. Some people are staying the night in the next room over. We just ask that you be considerate of their own.
What do we refer to you as?
Host. The host.
Host.
Your host. Whatever is easiest for you.
Thank you, host. I will be commiserate.
I certainly hope you aren't. We hope you enjoy your time here.
I'm gonna turn to Thursday and I'm gonna turn to Thursday and I'm gonna say, should I be using an accent, do you think? Or
I turn to him and I say, you know what? Yeah, I think you could benefit from that, actually.
Understood. Thank you. Okay.
I pull up on my phone. I just kind of look. I like do a quick search of like Tinder, but for like partners.
It's called Buddy. It's for It's called
Buddy.
for other ex-military, ex-cop personnel looking for a partner. Some people use it for sexual things. Most people use it for work.
Is this a thing in real life?
No, I just made it up. But I.
Oh, okay. I was like totally. You were so fast about the improv that I was like, is this real?
It is now.
Okay. It is now. This
Is
going in the notes.
You download Buddy and you register an account in the heartbeat. Okay. What would you like to do next? You do hear like gentle music playing over hidden speakers. It's traditional Japanese music. It's like they're really going for the theme.
Oh, great.
Okay. I'm gonna head into the room to our left. I'm just gonna poke my head in, see what's going on in there.
You see the event room that host was speaking about. It's just a large open area. You see decorative armor standing in the back, in all four corners, and then you see another paper door over here. And on the other side, you see like figures moving back and forth, and the smell of food coming from it.
I'm gonna look around, check out the armor a little bit. See what's up. I'm gonna investigate the armor down here on the bottom right. Just check it out. Investigation. 2.
It's definitely very expensive looking. You're not sure if it's authentic or not, but someone put a lot of time and effort into making this thing either as real as possible or finding the real thing.
Okay, I'm gonna just say, very pretty armor.
I love this bit.
This is Thursday in all your time. This is actual art and artifact. This is actual armor from a long bygone age. You don't know where they got it from. This is probably from the mainlands.
Okay.
Not from the city, because there's nothing like this in anywhere in the city's history.
In terms of like a history check, or maybe not history check, but like in terms of general knowledge, does the city itself move or is it stationary over one place?
It flies.
It flies. Okay.
So it has. That's why there's a lot of contention with the people of the mainlanders, because borders don't really apply if you fly. If the city literally like floats over your capital, people are trying to take that as a sign of aggression. Like when you park your Buick and Civ right next to each other, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" It's like that. But there hasn't been like a major conflict in a very long time.
Okay. So if this is genuine,
then I'm gonna approach the door with all the people behind it, and I'm gonna turn to Thursday and be like, "You ready to head in there?"
it's showtime.
I'm gonna get into character real quick and like stand up really straight and then head in.
The other door. This door.
Oh, it's the other door.
The hallway. Sorry.
Oh, I'm dead. It's this door.
You were so confident. I should have let you. Oh no! I just did a thing. Whoops.
What?
I didn't see it. Yep, you're gone.
I'm back. You gently open the door. No, my doors are too big for the fucking walls. Ah. Inside, you see 2 half-orcs and 1 elf. The elf is sitting at the head of the table, the half-orc is sitting at the... They sort of give you a nod as you are walking in. Where did I put the host? I lost him. He's gone. I found him. Hold on. He's standing in the corner and he's holding a teapot. You sort of see the conversation die down. They look at you and says, they sort of give you a nod of acknowledgement. And the host says, "Please have a seat. We're just about to start the lunch course."
Our pleasure.
I'm gonna say thank you very much, gentlemen.
Is that a female elf?
Perception.
Sorry, what?
Roll perception.
Oh, perception. Okay. Well, can I actually do a gender check on all of them?
Yeah, it's 1 female elf, 2 males. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
At least as far as initial glances look.
Okay, which of
Okay.
the two male orcs is more attractive?
Yes,
Oh, they're both attractive.
they're both very. These are the elf and the
Very
orcs are
unattractive.
both high. You can tell from your investigated eye these are hybrid specimens. Whether they come from an aristocrat family or they have the money to afford a stupid skincare routine, they're obviously from an upper social standing based on their clothes, based on the fact they're in fusion, and based on the fact of the way they talk and dress. Which I already said.
Which have the most exotic hair color?
Look at the one is wearing a balaclava, not balaclava. What's it called? A traditional. He's wearing a.
Okay, this one says looks like he's got red hair. Tabaxis are hugely into fur color, so it's important. I take the seat right here.
You can use Alt to place yourself not directly on the grid, so you're not like sitting on her lap.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I was like, this is odd placement. I'm not. I'm in the
You
chair.
come here often.
And I say, it looks like we
gonna-
have good company this evening.
I'm gonna go around and sit at the head of the table on the other side.
I like this.
Bring you fine gentlemen here today. The head of the table speaks. If you hold Alt, you can place yourself off the grid.
I'm gonna say a little bit of business, a little bit of pleasure, but it looks like I found the pleasure. Let's go.
Hold on. Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion. All right.
Sure.
All right.
Fuck it. I don't know. My brain turned off for a second.
That's
All
not
right,
bad.
13.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's a cold open, so like
Mm-hmm.
could go worse.
We haven't even gotten to the night yet, so we'll see what comes of it. Now, may we have your names? It's only polite.
Wednesday organization.
Pleasure.
Proliferate.
I forgot that's what you said your name was. Wait, didn't you say your name was Pontificate, not Proliferate?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
The host raises an eyebrow, but says nothing. Well, Proliferate, it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you very much.
My name is Ariel, and my two compatriots right now are... sorry.
This is ridiculous. They made the Little Mermaid an elf in this movie.
Well, that conveniently, my friends are also Ariel and Ariel.
This will be really easy to remember then.
No, please, my name is Mr. Thrush. Says the first one with the red portrait, and the other one just sort of nods quietly. My brother doesn't speak that much, but Mr. Thrush is fine. It's a pleasure to have you here for lunch.
Didn't catch your brother's name.
He keeps to himself for the most part. I'm sure he'll open up once the wine starts flowing. But I wouldn't press him if I were you.
All right, for now, just call you Chatterbox.
He sort of nods at you.
I'm going to say, so what industry are you fine, gentlemen, from?
Well, my brother and I are politicians by trade. We're currently running a campaign. We ran the last campaign for the seat of the Commons. We came in fourth in the running, but I think we have a strong standing this time.
Can we do a history check to like know if we've ever like seen them before? Since if they're politicians, we might have.
Okay, both of you roll history.
Okay.
Irjit disadvantage because you're new.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't have helped me.
Honestly, he probably showed up on a ballot a couple times, but you don't really. Irjit, you don't think you've probably seen him on a poster, but that's about it. Thursday, his name was on the ballot. You have no idea what he did, what his stance was, anything about it. Because basically everything else got eclipsed by Kara's Steel Arm. He swept the election.
I'm going to say I thought you looked familiar. You know what? I actually did vote for you. That Kara Steel Arm really did sweep it out, though. I'm sorry that it didn't go well.
It is what it is. The will of the people is the will of the city. We're here to represent. And
that's why we need more politicians like you, laying it on a little thick. I'm trying to get in good.
Very kind of you. My friend here, Ariel, she runs one of the she's heir to the fuck. Sorry, my tongue is giving out on me.
If you need another one, let me know. I won't get over.
Damn, that was. You're throwing off my rhythm. Stop.
You know, the worst part
Spoony
about
fucking
this
bar.
is the reason I'm trying to be so suave is because early on when when I made breakfast and they're like, oh, you were like that woman that I woke up next to was like, oh, you were a lot more suave last night. I was like, oh fuck, my character's suave.
Yeah, but now you're throwing me off. But I'm not expecting it, and I should have expected it. Hold on, let me just get into character.
Is that? Hold up.
Is that just?
Wait, hold on. I have whiskey. Let me go get
Anyways.
whiskey.
I do too.
So these games are going to be short, probably like 2.5 hours at most.
Oh,
Because
sure.
when if we're back on a work week schedule, I'm not gonna have much time. We
Sure.
can play for like another hour, but we also might call it at 9, depending on where we end. Just
Sure.
there's also story reasons for that.
Oh.
Sure.
We'll get into it. Well, let me get back to where we were. But if you want to grab something, you want to take a break, we can, because we've been going for an hour now.
I'm all good. I'm
No,
all
I'm
good.
good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Thrush sort of like chuckles a little bit and he says, "We'll see how good that ton is later." My friend here, Miss Ariel, is part of the Crypsis house. She is currently heir to the one of the noble families in the upper district. She nods and she says,
I'll say, Shinao, which noble family?
Crypsis. You might not have heard of us. We're one of the minor factions, but we've been vying for a seat in the house of one of the house seats.
Oh, which one?
The lesser, of course.
Mhm.
You might not know this, but Thursday will the greater house seat has been controlled by one family for the past since the city has been founded. The lesser seat is basically it's chosen by the greater seat, but it's there's a lot of political gaming of who sits in that. Typically, it's because the house seats control commerce and trade. It's typically the most profitable or the most influential that sort of takes that seat. Unofficially, officially, the greater house picks it, but that's part of the game.
So, just so I get it right, house seats, greater and lesser, control commerce and trade. The divine seats are controlled by the church, and they have a greater and lesser as well.
Yep.
And there's a third set of seats?
Commons. So the commons is the elected positions. That's the greater is held once every 20 years typically, and that's a position held for 20 years or until something happens. And the lesser seat is elected every 4 years.
Okay.
Also, I'll say to them in response, well, I wish you the best. You know, my family, my name is Proliferate Pontificate, and our family, the Pontificates, we haven't had much luck in government either. I mean, I am the fourth of my name, Proliferate Pontificates, and yet we still have no seats anywhere in any form of government, and it's very sad.
I can imagine host in the corner like, that was his last
does.
name.
You're a very sly corner. You know the struggle. It's a confusing time for everyone. Everything's in turmoil right now. The lower districts are in a panic. It is what it is. But
of course, it's very, very difficult. But for those of us with good intentions, it's very, very hard to stay in this political theater, isn't it?
She raises a teacup and she says, "Isn't that so? Isn't that so?"
I'm gonna run an insight check on that.
Roll insight.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Hey.
What exactly are you trying to insight? Like her intention?
Whether she has good intentions in politics or not.
No, she doesn't. She's absolutely trying to grab power, but literally is
Got it.
basically everybody else.
Sure. Okay.
So you're sort of telling it's like 50-50. She's like in it for herself, and 50-50 that she's doing it because it's the only way to stay in the game.
Sure. Which family was she from again?
Crypsis. That's
Crypsis.
CRYPSIS.
SIS. Okay. And then she can raise her cup, and I'll raise mine too, and we can do a little cheers, and I'll take a drink.
Host, something a bit stronger for our new friends, if you would. He nods and he brings out sake because he's a weeb.
I love this.
Yeah. And it flows freely, and you're all sort of either talking to each other as you will or whatnot. Yes. You have the run of it until you want me to advance the plot.
I'm gonna take a sip of my sake and turn to Ariel and say, horrible business with Karos Steelarm being murdered.
Truly dreadful.
Truly dreadful.
But one must think he must have brought it upon himself, walking them onto the lower districts after dark. Dangerous place to be.
What do you know of how he was killed?
From the police report that got published, he was shot, back of the head, by an unknown assailant. The police caught him, apparently, though, and is currently interrogating the man.
Well,
The assailant?
Presumably, but they have not officially released any details to the public. But if you know somebody, you know somebody, if you know what I mean.
Oh, who do you know?
I won't reveal my secrets that easily, but having friends in high places, as I'm sure you have plenty of friends of your own, you can find things.
Oh, not really. I'm very lonely. But maybe you could be my friend. Wouldn't you, Ariel? Pontificate upon the matter.
Roll persuasion, I think.
Yeah.
Let's roll with that.
That's a 6.
Can you have inspiration for such a good line though?
No, that line made me feel like I was talking to myself from like middle school. I'm not gonna really humor that one.
That's fair.
Well, I'm sure if your family gains some traction, you would know the struggles of the upper class.
Actually, my associate and I do have some of our own sources. And I do think Marion is going to be having a rather tough time.
I think for murdering one of a beloved politician.
Beloved's a strong term. I have my own political preferences.
I'm gonna look at Ariel with.
Have more in common with
I'm gonna look at Ariel with the coldest, most violent gaze I can give her, and say, it's terrible what's been happening to politicians recently.
Oh,
really is. Pray you don't find yourself on that end of the side of the street, if you will. Mr.
I don't think I will.
Speaks up and says, "Now I think hardly is the time to be discussing such tactics. I think today is a day of leisure, not scheming. As much as we are embroiled with our own hidden blades, let's take a moment to appreciate what we have for now. We'll surely be at it again once we leave this place, but consider this a safe haven, a sanctuary from the trials and tribulations of the outside world. It's rare that people of our stature get to rest easy without fear of knives in the dark."
Indeed. Then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to say, well, I can say it's been absolutely horrific speaking to the lot of you.
I I just kind of say to the knives in the dark, and then let's get blackout drunk and relax.
Then I'll turn to Ariel and say, remember, it is easier for a rich man to get into heaven than to pass through the eye of... I mean, wait, it is...
I think that's
You say this exactly.
No, it's one of my... In the personality traits, it says I quote or misquote sacred texts and proverbs in almost every situation. So I'm absolutely running with that.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I think the line goes a little bit differently, but I understand your point.
Good. I'm glad we understand each other. And then I'm just gonna put my sake glass on the thing and say, "Toodaloo."
You do so. Okay. So you've entered fusion. You've met their other guests. You've offended the other guests. What would you like to do next?
Am I included in the? They're like this
Do you
guy's a
associate
shithead
with
too.
him? Because you
I
just
think
walked
I'm
in
gonna-
together.
I think I'm gonna try and distance myself now that like
Mhm.
we're taking different tactics here, but we're all trying to
Yeah.
get the same information.
Oh, so you're saying it was planned this entire time.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm saying it's
cop
planned
copying
now.
this.
Okay, carry on.
We're good bad copying this, where I'm terrible and you're on the DL.
This is good. This is gonna work for us, I think.
Third cop, bad cop implies something slightly different, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Carry on.
Oh, you mean because there are no good cops? Because ACAB, right? Like
that's exactly what I'm saying. But before I leave the room, which I would go out this way, I'm gonna turn to Thursday, and I'm gonna say, Wednesday, if you follow me, I will kill you. And then
it's the table, and I say, well, then I'll stay right here.
you disgust me. Your face, your body, everything about you, your fur color, you just simply make my blood boil, and I want nothing to do with you. And then I'm gonna turn out and leave the room.
After he leaves, I turn to the rest of the crowd and I say, well, I certainly hope that's not the popular opinion. And I like wink at Chatterbox.
He's like, Mr. Thrush is like, do you two need a good lawyer? I know one if that would help the process.
I do appreciate your offer, and I might take you up on it. I'm in the procurement business, so I've had a few rather personal dealings with some good lawyers. So, but always good to know more.
Certainly. Well, I hope that doesn't put a sour note on the rest of the night, but I'm sure
Not all the sake
you
is
two
sweet.
will... Indeed it is. I'm sure you two will get through it just fine. So what's your story? What brings you to this place? You're a native of this city, aren't you?
Born and raised. My family name, not well known, but that's more part of our trade. Again, the procurement business, getting what you need for discrete purposes and or endeavors.
You wouldn't happen to be admitting to less scrupulous activities in our fair city, would you?
No. I would never do anything unscrupulous. Everything is above board, but everything is kept secret, since, after all, everyone has their secrets.
Very fair point indeed, good sir. Well, perhaps we'll be in touch after this. Certainly seem to be... Perhaps this friendship could be beneficial to the both of us.
I say, if you ever need anything, and I would have business cards. I feel like I'd have.
Sure, you have business cards. It's for
I
your
slide-
private. It's your. You have private detective business cards with your real name on it.
Okay, so is there any way that I can retroactively say that like Wednesday organization is like an established alter ego I use Because I mean, I have disguise self. I have like a background in doing
Yeah, that's
investigation
fine.
stuff.
You have a second set of fake business cards with a fake address.
Hell yeah! I slide that across the table, and I say, "If you ever find yourself in need,
I'm
or
sure
just
we
to
will.
chat."
I'm sure we'll make something happen. And Ariel says, "Well, it seems like you guys have hit it off rather well.
Why don't you stay and hit it off as well?
When time permits. But I'm sure we all have other things to attend to at the moment. I believe, I'm sorry your partner left before the actual lunch course came out. I've heard it's absolutely divine.
Partner is a strong word, but
Are you?
I will partake.
Did I make an assumption? I do apologize. You came in together, and that certainly felt like a lover's quarrel.
It's a gentleman never tells.
Mm.
Boop, 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 boop.
Well, this should.
I do
I
something
guess
in
we'll
the other
eat.
room.
Yeah, do we want
I
to
do
just
something in the
advance
other
plot
room.
now? I feel
Yeah. You have left the room. You shut the door. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go out into the hallway again. To this hallway.
Mm-hmm. You do so.
And I'm gonna travel down this way and see what's behind this door.
Okay. You open the paper door.
What the fuck is that?
You see a very large furry creature sort of hunched over this rock garden with a tiny rake in its hand. And it looks up at you and goes, "Brrr,
I'm gonna say, "What's up, little bro?"
brrr."
Is this a moon bear?
And he like goes back to like raking the sand garden.
I'm gonna try to.
He's got a little like a frilly headband on his head.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you Can you understand me?
Brrr.
Can I run a insight check or a perception on whether I can whether I can tell if he's
Roll
communicating?
that's animal handling. Roll animal handling.
Animal handling. Okay. Let's go.
He-
18, maybe.
Think of it more like a dog, a very stupid dog.
Okay.
Catches
Okay.
the vibe but won't understand actual words unless he's trained to understand commands. But you can't really tell that from right now. But he definitely this is an owlbear. These things are vicious wild creatures. This one seems to have been domesticated, though you're not really sure how that's possible. Because most people who try usually end up dead.
Okay. Okay.
Just saying, this is important. You should know that I speak to animals, as I am a cat.
Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna say I'll come back for you, bro. And I'm gonna keep traveling down this battlement to over here and see what's going on over here.
It's just a porch. It's like a raised wooden platform.
Just a porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That right there is a well.
Okay.
That's
I'm gonna
see
look
the-
down the well.
It's
Gonna
dark.
look down the well, see what's going on over there.
It's dark. You don't see anything down there. You see like a shallow pool of water, or one where it actually hits the water table. But anything, it doesn't look like there's anything like in there that you can tell. At least not right now. It is about like 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You
Okay.
see the sun going straight through, and it's like crystal clear, like pristine water. Very gorgeous.
Okay. 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 Then I'll travel back out here and head back inside through this door. Is this a door here?
That is a door.
Then I'm gonna go through that door.
You see a small bathroom.
I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror and go, "Oh shit, you got this, all right." Keep using big words. Your accent's great. We're playing the good cop, bad cop. Let's fucking go. And then I'm gonna leave the bathroom and rejoin the dinner party.
You do so. You enter the room.
I'm gonna say, "Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I just simply completely lost track of my temper. You see, it's Wednesday. We've been going through some problems recently, and It just gets me all on edge.
Sorry. Ariel sort of nods her head.
So malicious.
No harm.
What did you say?
I said so malicious.
Ariel nods her head sagely and she says, "No harm, no foul. I know a great counselor. If you're ever looking for
Counselor.
something that might ease some of the rocky roads, he's a great man. Really, really helped me and my ex through it before we actually broke up."
Well, that would be very amenable. That would be very commiserate.
She slides a business card across the table that says, Michael Ferris, marriage counselor.
I like the idea of her trying to slide the card across the whole this table.
He does so.
Have to pass it down.
He gets stuck under one of the sake bottles. Mr. Thrush kind of pulls it out and slides it the rest of the way. But add to your inventory, Michael Ferris, marriage counselor, business card.
I hope this is important later on.
Everything's important.
I'm very excited.
All right, okay, there we
What
go.
if you sleepwalk to the marriage counselor?
Okay.
Also, I kind of look. I like look and try to like hide a little bit, but I look at Idrid or Urgid, and I'm like,
I'm gonna shake my head like, what?
I go back to the conversation.
And host walks out and says, "The first curse." Fuck, hold on.
The first curse.
The first curse
What is
has
this?
been
Harry
bestowed.
Potter?
You have 5 minutes to live. Unless you solve this riddle.
This is a quick D&D game.
Roll 46, drop the lowest. The first course is ready, and he claps his hands, and those who are tuned with magic, see or sense the unseen servant spell being casted as quickly these 4 or 5 dishes are whisked out. It's sushi, of course,
God damn it.
and it's set in front of all of you. And he says, "Please enjoy. Let us know if you need." He goes back to his corner after he fills up all your sake glasses.
I want to insight quick to see if this is like actually genuine, like masterfully like made sushi, or if this
You
is
want
like
to roll insight to vibe check the sushi.
yes, that is exactly what I'm doing.
The sushi, you can't catch a vibe because it's sushi. But for intent, for intent, this is very well made. Like the ingredients are fresh. You don't know where they get them from, but everything about this is like expensive. And you can tell they're expensive because the portion sizes are really fucking small. It's like 2 rolls.
I feel the weight of my wallet as I eat the sushi.
I'll raise a glass, one of the sake glasses, and I'll go. To failing and succeeding marriages.
Here's to that, and they all raise their glasses. And
I just like quickly go up and down. I'm like,
you see,
And I'll say prognosticate, and then I'm gonna drink.
I do look at your cock blocking me. Unless this guy is into fucking husband play, then this is not gonna be good for me.
That I'm gonna take a little sip. I'll like look at him and be like, okay, and I'll take a little sip of the sake, and I'll go. We recently decided to open our marriage, and it's actually been quite productive. It's actually been quite productive.
I like sneak a little thumbs up.
okay.
Have you tried any of that in any of your relationships? I'm talking to Ariel.
Ariel sort of speaks up and she's just a couple of affairs, but nothing official.
A couple of affairs.
Well,
oh, do tell, Miss Ariel. Do tell.
You do know how these families are with marriages. You marry because it achieves power, achieves wealth, and then you do whatever you want on the side that actually makes you happy. But no, the first husband had his circumstances, and now we're no longer married. So, as I will be the new head of the family, I am free to do what I want.
Are you the type that goes out for love?
I think it depends on the person. Mr. Thrush says, "No, I've been happily married for 10 years. I've had my temptations, but home is enough for me."
With a heavy heart to that, and I raise a sake glass.
Stay strong, my friend. You'll find the right one.
I like look at Urgid to like do like this is for everyone to see. Like I look at Urgid and I say,
But my brother, there's a tiger, if you know what I mean. He's been trying these apps. I'm not really familiar with how they work, but apparently he's met plenty of great people. No, I don't think anything's really stuck. He's a very pity person. You understand me.
I don't know if you just noticed, but I did switch seats.
God damn. Okay.
I'm just gonna take a bite of the sushi and say, impregnate.
This is a good bit. I like this bit.
I hate this.
I like how we're essentially just flirting with Dean. I like this. This is fun.
Shut the fuck up and play your characters, you fucking narc.
This is my character.
Is this not my character? I started out banging a woman, and you told me I was gender amorphous, so I kind of can do whatever I want.
All right. You made your point. What do you think? You finished the first course.
Nice. I say to Urgid, what do you think? Stupendous?
Malevolent.
I
say it with a giant smile on my face, and I say it like it's the most amazing thing ever.
Indeed it is. Well, I'm feeling quite refreshed after that. I believe I will take some time in the sauna. And then my brother would like to is going to observe the sand garden for a little bit. He's a big fan of yoga and meditation.
The sauna, you say? I myself am a dragonborn, and might I tell you that the sauna, what did the kids say? It's different.
Is that what they say? I'm a little bit out of it.
Yes. I love the feeling of the heat on my scales.
Well, I've heard
so if you don't mind me joining you, I would love to join you in the sauna.
By all means.
And then I'm gonna try to sneak a wink.
Sleight of hand? He doesn't notice.
Damn.
All right.
You guys. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Nope. What do you?
I'm probably gonna
sauna, and then you are.
I'll probably go to the sand room. Sorry, are they both going to the sand room or?
No, Mr. Thrush is going to the sauna. His brother is going to meditate in the sand garden, and Ariel hasn't announced what she's doing yet.
Okay, if you're going to the sauna, maybe I'll explore, because the sand room sounds like meditation is a singular.
Sand garden, it's outside.
It sounds like it's a singular activity, so maybe I'll explore. So I announce, maybe I shall explore our very interesting venue. I haven't yet seen all of our arrangements.
Ariel sort of
arrangements.
Maybe I'll join you for that. A nice walk sounds lovely.
I would be honored.
All right, let's break it off into Irjid first, and then we'll join you Thursday in a second.
All right.
You both, as you stand up, are feeling a bit tired. It's not poison, it's just been draining. Sort of, you feel your eyelids being a little heavy.
Yeah. Wednesday's social battery is really low.
You gotta recharge with your husband.
Exactly. I like how this started out as like, oh, guys, we'll play like gruff fighters that like are doing like sneaky underworld shit, and now we're a married couple making our way through the upper echelons of society.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Like I'm still playing Urgit as like he has no fucking clue how to do this kind of work. Like that. Like I'm trying to. This is very deliberate for me. Like I'm trying to like.
I can tell because I'm like, oh, I feel like I feel that's deliberate because I feel like I'm like trying to like, oh god, I have to cover for this guy.
Yeah. I'm like not doing well because he's very honest and very like religious and like doesn't understand how to.
I am willing to fucking lie, but I will make breakfast in the morning. I swear to God. Because one of my tributes is those who fight beside me are those worth dying for. And I kind of think of sex as a battle.
Okay. So
the 50 Shades kind of way.
Yeah, because there's a winner
God.
in sex. There's always a winner.
And I don't lose.
It's a race, and I never get beaten.
I'm always first. Irshad, what are you doing? You're going to the sauna.
I'm gonna go to the sauna.
Alright. Mr. Thrush shows you down the way. It's down here, down the hall. Yeah. Let's see. Let me make sure. I'll open the doors for you just so you can like go to the washroom first. Whoops. He sort of walks down. Have you ever taken part in a sauna before? You said you
Which
have,
door is it through?
South one. Sorry, let me open it.
Okay. Oh yes, I'm well, as a dragonborn, the saunas are my bread and butter. I mean, I was born underground in a hot spring.
Really? I've heard rumors of how dragonborn reproduce, but that sounds incredibly fascinating.
Yes. Well, I couldn't possibly share that with you.
No, of
But-
course not. I don't encourage you to,
But yes, of course, I am quite accustomed to the hot springs and the hot water and the like.
very good. Then you should feel right at home.
Mm,
And he
I'm excited.
He opens the door. Ah, Mr. Myers. Ah,
Michael?
Good afternoon, evening, Mr. Myers. I'm
my name is
Proliferate Pontificate.
Mr. Pontificate.
Thank you. Yes, nice to meet you as well.
The door slides shut and he pours more water over the hot rocks and steam fills the room. Ah, really hits the spot after a long day.
I'm just gonna lean over to one of the hot rocks and just like hold it in my bare hand.
Sterner stuff than most.
I'm just gonna sort of toss it around and be like, I'm just gonna sort of toss around and say, "Oh yes, well, I'm quite accustomed to hotter temperatures and the like."
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure this still feels great to just let it all soak out. Yeah,
Well, that isn't necessarily the word that I would use to describe it, but
it's great. Just gotta sweat it out.
that's okay. Well, what business are you in, Mr. Myers?
I'm escorting a young, an up-and-coming bishop. She's taking her day off, and we're enjoying the sights while we're here before we go back down to the Middle District.
A bishop, you say? Of what faith?
Of the light, of course. The only true faith.
Ah, yes, that's right. And I sort of a little uncomfortable because it's not my faith. But I'll say yes.
You must
Praise
be new to the city,
the light.
aren't you?
Yes, I arrived
I do
not longer than
understand
2 months ago.
light is not entirely practiced around the mainlanders, but if you're ever curious in teachings, there are churches on every major street corner, and if you ever need divine benediction or guidance, there's always the main chapel up at the top.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very useful information. What could you tell me about the faith?
Light,
What are its central tenets?
less tenets, more guidelines, but in an essence, light aspires to be an image of holiness, to practice goodness in whatever shape that comes in, whether that be through the actions, heroic deeds, or whether that be through kindness and gestures, or whether that be through donations and charity. As long as, from what light understands and it issues out, as long as you feel the warmth of giving and divinity in your own heart, you are doing the right thing. Now, the major churches do practice some form of a community service for those who don't know what to do. And then in giving to the light gives back and provides us guidance in the form of the divine seats in which they are chosen. I'm sure you've heard over the news, they've recently elected, or the newest pope has been selected.
Oh, really?
So they've kept it under wraps for the most part, but the new name has been chosen to fill the vacant seat.
Really?
There's due to announce at any time. I'm sure it'll be a big thing.
Well, that's very exciting, isn't it?
Indeed.
There's nothing more important than charity. I'm glad to see that we share so many of the same values, Mr. Myers.
You'll find that sentiment across the city.
There's nothing more important than giving back.
Indeed, I do understand.
And how much do you give back, Mr. Myers?
Community service, when time permits it. I'm not escorting or doing the duties.
When time admits it.
Most of my duties are the paperwork side, making sure the church has its resources and the finances in order to keep things going. You have to keep the floor scrubbed, or else you can't see the light.
Of course. But when was the last time you did any community service then?
Well, this is community service.
Isn't it?
I'm taking care of a young and upcoming, giving her guidance and direction.
Sitting in a sauna with other rich people is community service.
Indeed. If that's what light wills, it shall be.
Glad to hear your tenets are so consistent.
It is whatever, or consistent. In fact, we have a sermon coming up this following week. Every week on the dot, at the crack of dawn. If you are interested in hearing more from people who are obviously much more important than me, who have been blessed by light themselves, perhaps that will give you the divine inspiration that you so seek.
That would be lovely.
It's a moving experience, I must say. It's changed everyone I've known. And least of all me.
I'm gonna run an insight check on whether he actually believes in his god.
Yeah, he full sense.
14.
He's in.
He really believes it. Okay.
He believes.
Yep. And I'll just sort of do a light smile and say nothing more.
You can enjoy the sauna, or do you have any questions you want to ask?
I'm gonna sit and enjoy the sauna for a minute.
Okay. Let's jump to Thursday. Thursday, you are wandering about, and Ariel is tagging behind you. Crypsis.
All right. So, first, I guess I want to go out this. Well, I mean, maybe go out this door. I haven't seen anything.
Sir, you can't go in. That's the kitchen. Please.
I say, of course it is, and go this way.
You do so.
All right, and go out on the hall.
Roll perception.
Roll perception. Okay. What's up? And nothing escapes my gaze.
You see the Mr. Thrush's brother, who you still don't know his name. He walks out and begins to meditate on the corner of the yard. Out of the corner of the eye, you see the host following behind you, just out of eyesight, just keeping an eye on you. It doesn't seem malicious. It's just it's more like he's being attentive in case you need something.
Okay. I think I take Ariel out on the veranda here, maybe like here.
Okay. The owlbear maid is still like gently like raking the sand, making delicate patterns in the sand.
Is the owlbear in a maid costume?
He just has the headband.
Okay, just making sure.
No, it's a bikini, just to make you unhappy.
It's a French maid costume.
It's a French. No, it's like a little frilly headband, and that's it.
Okay, I see.
As it looks up at you, still like he picks up a boulder and just gently moves it to the right.
So I say to Ariel, so tell me, how does it feel to be the head of your family?
Not the head yet, I'm the heir. My father still holds the seat, though he does intend to abdicate it so he can go on his fishing trips more often, but until then, I'm merely the heir.
So then how do you feel being the heir to a man, the heir to the head of a family? Sorry. This is what I'm going to say. How do you feel being the heir to someone who would rather fish than do his duty?
He served faithfully for a very long time, and there's only so much one can do before they burn out. So, if he's ready to step down, I'm more than really ready to step up.
I see. Well, from what I've seen tonight, you've handled yourself quite gracefully. I imagine your family is probably going to prosper under your leadership.
That's very kind of you to say. I certainly do hope so. It's my intent to take us to ever greater heights, to finally prove our worth in this world.
What's your plan at those heights? What does Ariel Crypsis want?
We need to broaden our outreach. The city itself has been isolated for far too long. If we are to truly prosper, we need to reach out to those below us, both literally and figuratively. There's a lot that can be learned from the mainlanders, as much as most people here don't like to admit. But most of our newfound technology comes from down below, and we've adapted it, improved upon it. Oh, sorry. But if we were to expand our trade incentives and really provide that opportunity to those smaller families, incentivize small businesses, then that would ideally
Yes. I understand that this is the political game you must play in order to rise higher with your family, but what does Ariel Crypsis want? Not... Yes, you are part of a very rich family. Yes, you are planning on continuing to seek power, but what is the power for? Do you want to make the city better, or do you want something a little more yellow-furred?
That was...
I was really...
Hold on. Roll persuasion while I process that. Hold on.
I know, dude. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that it was a 16, too.
Well, I think some of the benefits of power is always getting what you want. I wouldn't say no to getting what I want. But all good things in time. I'm in no position of power. I'm sure your hands are tied as well.
Oh, yes, after all. Procurement business is very busy, as always. Let me ask, what do you think of the owlbear?
Oh, I think it's a wonderful creature. I hear they're terribly ferocious in combat, but this one seems to be docile. Isn't he cute?
I know the elves have a certain affinity for nature. Can you yourself speak to the animal?
And I? Let me look at my character sheet.
Hold
on.
Because I was like planning on like being like, this is a way we could connect, and I could gain her trust if I could like talk to this
Hold on,
animal
roll,
for
roll,
her.
roll a d20. Odds she can, evens she can't.
Okay.
No, I've mostly city raised my entire time. Most of my ancestors' connection has been diluted, I suppose, in favor of preserving a more royal bloodline, if that makes sense.
Well, if you
Unfortunately,
could
there's
ask,
not much of a smattering left of magic left within my blood.
well, magic has its uses, and I've dabbled here and there. So tell me, if you could ask this owlbear one question, what would it be?
Well, that's a good question in and of itself. I would ask it, would it prefer to be in a gilded cage where it's fed every single pleasure, every single want or need, or would it rather be free to fight and fend for itself, but be bound to none?
I repeat that to the owlbear.
Oh no, man. Nice up here.
I am going to just lie and say it prefers to fight and to be free, beholden only to itself.
Roll deception.
Please, God, if there ever was a roll. Okay, yes.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's 15.
Wouldn't that be nice? The owlbear trying to use you a stink eye.
I say back, I say, like, you should have had a better fucking answer.
Man, I get fed 3 times a day. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I do too, and I.
Yeah, what did you eat for breakfast today?
A very nice bartender made me milk, made me eggs and stuff. They were owlbear eggs.
Ariel sort of like ponders for a moment. Maybe. But here we are.
All right. So, from a metagame perspective,
Yep. Watch it.
is the so I understand we're moving from plot point to plot point. Okay, maybe I just okay.
Okay.
I think let me just check a note here. I wrote upper district fusion enter find evidence new drug ring. I want to like while she's pondering, I'm gonna like look her up and down and kind of like see if I can perceive any like faltering or any bit like she's hiding anything from me or she feels open.
One side.
Okay. At
Okay.
fucking 20.
Nothing pertaining to what you're looking for. She may be doing like shady politician stuff, but you don't think she's connected to any sort of like criminal organization per se.
Okay. Well, then I ask her, what do you think of our companions, Mr. Thresh and Chatterbox? Do you know anything about them?
Wonderful man, Mr. Thrush. He's a very inspired politician. I do like a lot of. If I could vote for him, I would. But as you know, aristocrats are separate from the House of Commons, so we have no say in that election. But I'll happily endorse his next campaign.
That's good to hear. Now, Chatterbox. You see him right over there. What is Chatterbox doing right now? What is Chatterbox doing right now? Sorry, the
He's
brother.
meditating. His eyes are closed, his palms are up, and you just see him rise and fall with a little bit of very gentle breathing of his massive muscular chest.
What's his deal? He's vibing. What's his deal?
He's a staunch supporter of his brother. He's, from everything I've heard, he's the perfect aide. He's always been there when he needs him, always helps. As he essentially works as his assistant for most of the campaigning. Paperwork, admin, finances, he handles it all. Very astute, very clever man. Some of the most absurd sense of humor you've ever seen.
Why is he so quiet then?
He's just shy. Around new faces, he's always like that. But very brilliant man. He could run if he wanted to, but he's not that great with faces.
Well, maybe we should go join him.
I found it's best to let him be until he invites himself. No sense in breaking the ice for him when he's standing on it.
I see. That's a great phrase, by the way. I've never heard that before.
How about you? City goer all your life. Where in the city are you from? I feel like I've seen you a couple times.
Help me out here, Dean. What's like a medium upper class, like where like a lot of the self-made. What's the financial district?
Wolf Street.
Wolf Street. Good. Okay. Wolf Street is the financial street. So my story is a bit of an interesting one in the sense that I didn't necessarily start in the higher echelons. Although, I would say a family business picked up from my parents in the idea of procurement, sort of a producer, if you will, if you're familiar with the entertainment industry. We've since climbed the ladder, and you'll find me most days on Wolf Street. You know, a cat among wolves.
Is this true?
Meow. Do you mean in real life?
No. For Thursday.
Oh no, he's a cop. He's totally fucking lying through his
All
teeth
right,
right
cool.
now.
Roll deception.
Okay.
You'd be a good
Dean,
actor.
I've been building this shit so well. Okay, whatever.
You'd be a very good actor, but no, where are you really from? Don't tell me. Is Wednesday even your real name? She sort of laughs to herself.
Believe it or not, it's almost real. And on top of that, I was a cop. So you might have seen me from, protecting these streets. I used to do a lot of good for this godforsaken city. And now, actually, I'm just going to say again that I was a cop, and I say now that, now I protect the little guy. I'll leave it at that.
I didn't expect you to actually admit that, but I wonder what other secrets you're hiding. But I suppose that can always be saved for another time. I do appreciate the honesty. It's a rare thing in these echelons.
I got no idea. She seems nice. We'll play it out.
Well, wherever your travels take you next, I hope they're pleasant. It's a long road, especially I assume you've left the industry, so I hope you're able to keep yourself afloat down there.
You'll be seeing me more.
Good. Hope so. At this point, you hear a voice behind you, and you see a very tall woman in a green dress, and she sort of says, "Ma'am, sir, the entertainment is about to start. If you would like to move to the event room." You turn around, and you see this very sort of like stern-faced woman with glasses, bifocals, sort of looking down on you. She towers over you, and you're a tall person. And she like overwhelmingly smells like maple leaf. You don't know if it's like a shitty perfume or what.
How tall?
Have you enjoyed your visit to the Sand God?
Well, I don't have any sand in my trousers.
Good. It would be behoove you not to track it into the house. The owlbears do not enjoy sweeping as much as they do mopping.
I turn around and I say, "The fuck you don't, bear."
Man, what are you doing against me?
I like bullying this guy because he did help me out here.
Ask me a question.
And you didn't answer. It was a binary choice, and you chose neither.
I gave you an answer that you could have inferred a yes or no from, but clearly that's above your intelligence.
Clearly, it's above my intelligence. Then just say the cage, brother.
He turns around and farts.
I understood that without having to speak animal. I
Speak with animals wears off at that point.
birds. Go back inside.
I apologize for the behavior. They're relatively new hires. But play them no mind. Please come. Is there aught else you would require today?
No.
Okay. Delightful. Would you please come inside? I don't have a token for this woman yet. I don't know where I put it.
I don't. Where exactly are we going? We're going to the samurai room.
The samurai room, yeah.
Okay, the door is closed. I can't get in.
It is. You are right. Ha 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 ha.
Right, I'm in the samurai room.
The
Are we going back there too?
host goes
Or
to
we're-
fetch you guys. Yeah, he basically says,
Okay.
Gentlemen, the event is about to start. If you would care to join us.
Sort of shuffle back over. I'm going to get there before the other guys do. I'm going to turn to Thursday and be like, hey, find out anything?
It seems that Ariel is probably gonna, break away from her family in like 5 to 15 years, but unclear outside of that. Also, the brother is apparently very talkative, but is very shy.
So, anything
And
about
the owlbear's a fucking asshole.
anything about the drug ring? Anything?
No, and I tried.
I met this Meyer guy.
Involved.
I met a Mr. Meyer. Doesn't seem like he's involved, but I don't know. Something about this story that he's escorting this woman to the middle district. Something about that is fishy. I don't know. Keep looking.
I want to look into this brother.
Right.
Apparently, he's really cool.
As you your conversation dies out, as the rest of the people sort of file into the room, and you see Ariel stands next to you, Myers, a new woman who's standing next to Myers, and you see Mr. Thrush and his brother in the corner. The host, and now you recognize, or she introduces herself as the hostess, speaks up. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the first portion of today's entertainment. A ritualistic gladiator duel with traditional weapons. Dulled, of course, unfortunately, there is no blood to be spilled in these halls. But I do hope you enjoy the performance of two very skilled persons engaged in combat. And with that, she steps out. And in steps two giant minotaurs, the gate guards that you saw earlier.
Hey,
And basically, they got their fucking katanas, they got their fucking Denji armor on, they do the fucking shouting. It's very cool. But you see them stand, bow, draw, and then they start going at it. Almost faster than your eye can follow, this flashing swords and the clanging of metal fills the room. If there was a time to talk to each other, now would be the time, because everyone else's eyes are on the fight.
oh,
You are
that was
both feeling very sleepy.
Oh fuck! Oh, I forgot that sleepwalking is a thing. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Thursday and I'm gonna say, if anyone asks, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm gonna exit through this door.
Wait, where are you actually going?
I'm gonna go into the kitchen
Okay.
Said we couldn't go there. That's where they always put shit that you're not supposed to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Oh, you know what? I gotta wait for him to break the ice.
Stay here.
So
Stay with Ariel.
Yeah. Okay. Ariel and I are besties now. So.
Yeah. All right.
Stealth.
And I'm gonna leave
Be seeing.
through this door.
You slip out quietly. Roll stealth to see how quietly.
Okay. Praying.
I'm like, is he break the door on the way out?
Yeah. Right.
And he's in heavy armor.
Ah,
Are
that
you
would
actually in
be.
heavy armor. I don't think.
Well. Oh, that's just what I default them in. But I'm supposed to be in the.
You're in your
Dang.
normal attire, but you still rolled a 6. So
Yeah, I still rolled a 6. Doesn't make a difference.
Falls through the door. The whole thing shatters.
Yeah.
Your rifle that you keep tucked behind your cloak catches on the door and tumbles onto the ground.
What? That's like a nat one.
That's way worse than like a 6. That's like.
No.
Sir, the combat immediately stops. Sir, there are no firearms on the premises. Please, would you hand that over so we can put it in the safe until you leave the premises?
Absolutely. I would love nothing more than to give you my weapon. And then I'm gonna give it to her.
I say this to the room at large. I say he always does this.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Your weapon has been confiscated. Don't take it off your inventory sheet, but it's been confiscated.
Okay.
And the hostess takes it. And the combat resumes and you walk off to the bathroom.
I'm sorry, do you have a full like assault rifle in your fucking back pocket? Is that what happened?
I guess I
pull out
do.
my concealed machine gun. No, think
That's
of
what I'm
it more
saying.
as a hunting rifle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I should still have whatever the equivalent is of the longsword, right? Or is that the
You have a
equivalent of the longsword?
You have a
Okay, I still have my longsword.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Sorry. I forgot. Sorry, Irjid's the one that has the rifle. My bad. Oh, not Irjid.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
You drop your sword. They confiscate your sword. That's my bad.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna leave through the back, and then I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna try to get into the kitchen.
It's just a paper door. It slides open easily.
Okay.
What? I have a full hunting rifle in my pocket.
Fact, you're wearing like a long coat.
I
Let's
see.
we're gonna hand wave it because I didn't think that through, but fuck it. Magic.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna see. Oh, there's a bunch of fuckers in here.
Are they dragonborn? Are they kobolds?
You see
Yeah,
several
kobolds.
kobolds working the kitchen,
Yeah.
and you hear the clamor of the kitchen going around you.
I'm gonna look at. Is there any more? Is that a door in the back there?
That is.
Okay. I'm gonna say, keep up the good work, everybody. And I'm gonna try to keep.
Willkommen. Du hast du Essen, ja?
Mir kann Deutsch nicht.
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 Keine sprechen.
Mir kann Deutsch nicht.
Do you speak English?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be in here, man.
Why was their default German?
And I'll say, but I left something in the back room. If I could please just run through and.
You can't be back here, man. And they look around. You can't be back here.
Why not? What's the problem?
She's gonna fucking hurt you. She's gonna fuck you
What?
up, man.
And I'm gonna.
Get caught. We're gonna get fucking killed. Get the fuck out of here.
Is that the first kobold that's saying that? I'm gonna walk up to the first kobold, and I'm gonna get right in his face. I'm gonna say, "You better tell me what's going on here right now, or I'm gonna kill you."
Leave.
Can I run intimidation?
You can run intimidation.
That's a 22.
Fucking hell.
Okay, chill the fuck out, man. Chill, man. All right.
Tell me what I want to know.
What do you want to know? You just said you yelled at us. I don't remember what happened.
What? You say I can't be back here. Why? If she catches you, what's the problem? What are you doing?
You feel terribly sleepy.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna end it for the night.
Oh boy. I'm gonna wake up and I'll fucking kill everyone in this goddamn room.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're also mostly just it's late and I don't have
Okay.
other shit to do. I'm just going to drink my ass off, and I don't want to start before it is too late.
Okay.
I do want to keep these sessions short because if we run longer than that, it's going to turn into the plot's going to get dragged out. I'm trying to avoid that.
Okay.
However, if you have like 5 minutes, can you help me write down the notes for this session? Because I've been running it and I haven't written anything. Because I remember the gist of it, but I want to make sure if there's any details you want to know, that's okay.
Yeah.
It started with you guys in the bar, or it started Irjit in bar, and then Thursday with your friend and up in her apartment. You got a dead drop message, right?
Mhm.
From Horse. Got with Dex to taxi to Fusion.
I dropped all of the notes I took.
Yeah, let me drop those too. Those are mostly. Yeah, this is mostly.
It's fine. I just need to get the highlights, and I recorded this all, so I can just watch it anyways, which is normally what I do.
Okay. Cool.
My fake name is.
That's mostly the things I'm trying to hit is like characters you've run into, and anything that you want to continue.
Mr. Thrush is married, but Ariel is down for an affair. I'm in an open marriage.
Apparently, Thursday and Irjid are in an open marriage that is slowly failing.
No.
At Fusion, at lunch, at table, during lunch, met the others. Mr. Thrush, chatterbox, quote unquote. Thrush's brother, funny guy, but shy. And Mr. Thrush, married for 10 years, politician. Heir to Flipside's house. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
I sent my notes in there. Pretty bare bones, but
that's good. I can jive with the rest of it.
Okay.
That should be it. Do you have any questions?
I think I'm good.
I had a very good time. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Dan.
Very good, very fun. We'll touch base about what Scratchbone is going to look like in the future, but let's shoot for next Thursday for right now. But
sure.
I will confirm. It might be Friday. If your Fridays are still open, we might shoot for Friday. But
sure. Either of those is fun, probably.
I don't know what my schedule looks like until next week.
Next Friday is next weekend is Mackenzie's birthday weekend. So
if we can do it earlier in the week, we will. But I will let you know. I don't know what my shift is going to be, but we'll plan for it.
Okay, cool.
Tentatively Friday or tentatively Thursday. We'll say that.
Sounds good.
Good yard.
All right.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.
Oh,
yeah. Peace.
Irjin, you owe me a fucking character picture. Find one.
I thought Oh, okay. Yeah, let me go. Look.
Or you're only stuck with default Dragonborn number 4.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. I'll get you one.
Dean, what is that thing you're holding?
This is a practice chanter for learning bagpipes.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Remember what I would bring for soul? Yeah.
You
it's very
should
fun.
go. You should watch Dune. There's a lot of tags.
Scotland
Yeah, pretty much.
As an actual real life Scottish person, I think those memes are so funny.
On behalf
they're
of that people,
extremely
I am
funny.
not offended.
Yeah, they're extremely funny.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Cool.
I will see you
Peace be
guys later. Bye.
Okay, peace.
All right. Let me do this. People. After that. For Thursday. At Missy's apartment. Waking up the morning after. Thursday makes breakfast for her. Then dips. She assumes he drank too much and forgot everything. But he's cool / used to it. Salmon. Fed from breakfast. A favor for saving her bar last night. Yurjig almost eats the dead drop from course with next mission. Fusion. Investigate new drug ring. Summoned by Thursday with I know a guy, but they don't really request him. Dex works for alright, so he's a wizard. Works for a horse under name Salamander. Taxi driver. Please spare. A cover. Got fancy clothes. That's the cover they established. Ugh. Thursday flirted with Ariel, but not but, and hit it off. Irshid got mad, stormed out, but came back and apologized, at odds with the other party goers. Disagreed with Ariel, with Myers on his religious ideology, but sort of vibed with. Until 6:30 to find info, or else they have to their own way back. I should read. After lunch split Thursday with Ariel, more flirting. Builded cave or freedom? There likes builded cage. Urged to sauna with Mr. Thrush. Met Myers. Don't like Myers. Gets summoned to dueling event by hostess. Event starts, but Irjid drops his sword, sneaking out, and gets it confiscated. Breaks into kitchen, confronts Alpha, the kobold chef. Time stops here. I think that's it. I think that's it. Very good. Very nice. Well, that was fun. Next time. Bye.